Welcome. It's Chris Winn, Winn's World Podcast Excellent. It is Wednesday evening, in the midst of a quarantine, and I'm getting a lot done. Is what I have to say, and I just want to say this right now. Okay, so this is for fun. My guest tonight, super stoked on. This is for fun. We're going to talk about tattoos. We're going to talk about cars. We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about all the stuff that we love to do, right? We don't talk about any religion. We don't talk about any politics. We don't talk about any of that stuff. If you're a keyboard warrior, stay the fuck at home in your easy chair, man. We don't need your negative, man. There's enough negativity going on out there, and really don't even want to deal with that. So this is all about fun. It's about tattooing. It's about the lifestyle, the art, all that stuff. I'm talking to guys that have been in the business 20 years plus. And the reason that I'm doing that is because we all know who's tattooing the hip hop stars. We all know who's doing the, Ink Masters. We all know who's doing all that stuff, man. But literally, the people who paved the way for those dudes are going to be here on this podcast. Man, we got some great guests coming up, man, and I cannot wait for you guys to see and hear tonight's guest. Tonight's guest is the one and only Robert Atkinson. And, dude, he has just been one of my... I'm just a huge fan, really. That's all it is. And I'm very fortunate to call him my friend. He's an amazing tattooer. He's an amazing artist. His paintings are stellar. If you don't follow him, you should follow him on IG. He's got some great stuff. He started a few years ago engraving, and dude is just crushing the engraving game. It's so nuts to watch what he does with that stuff. You don't even want to do dragons, and I don't want to do filigree, man. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So that's, if you're looking for filigree or dragons, man, I'm going to send you to either JoJo or I'm going to send you to Robert. So, anyways, but with that being said, man, he should be on here in a few minutes. Again, man, this whole thing, the reason that I'm doing this is for the history, so that the younger generation, when they look back on it, can listen to these things and they can learn what we went through. Learned what he's okay. Learned what what we used. It's, because we're going to talk about machines. We're going to talk about inks. Probably we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. So that is really big. Yeah, totally. But that is totally the vibe that I'm trying to get on right now. Is I'm really trying to get on that vibe that I want the younger generation to see what happened before they got into this whole thing. So if you're not 20 years plus, you probably won't be on. But there are exceptions to the rules always. And there's Robert right there. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Robert Atkinson. Let's give him a big warm welcome. There he is. What's up, dude?
Oh, damn. I gotta get it so that these comments, I don't see this shit, because these guys are gonna fuck with me now.
Dude, JoJo already said, he's fashionably late, man, probably doing his hair.
My hair. Something like that. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, brother, man? How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, and how was your day today?
That's kind of it, dude.
Yeah?
I didn't really do too much today. It was pretty low key.
Yeah.
A lot of low key days these days, my pace has really slowed down. It's good in a lot of ways. It's been good for me to, just take a deep breath. I don't know, man. I don't think anymore about all this quarantine business. It seems like everybody should be outside at the beach and, getting some fresh air, feeling healthy, doing, getting going toward back to whatever our new normal is going to be. You know what
Yeah,
I
well,
mean?
we were talking earlier about hiking and doing all the stuff outside that you can actually do as of this point. And have you been doing much of that?
I've been doing a lot of hiking because we live in New Hall, so we're outside the city, and we got some hills behind us that are not like government run, so they're not closed, so we're able to hike and ride bikes, and we've been walking the dogs, just being as active as possible.
That's rad, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Well,
So
man,
we're making the best of it, and excited to get back to tattooing. Really, really excited about that because I think this is for sure the longest in 27 years that I've ever gone without tattooing, and that's pretty freaking weird.
yeah, totally, man.
So,
That's why I spent 2 hours and 45 minutes doing a cover up on my own leg. I missed it so bad.
oh fuck.
Yeah, dude, I was
I,
serious. Well, I had this dream, bro, that I'd forgot how to tattoo. You know what I mean? And the whole and like it's one of those dreams when you wake up and you're like, oh, I gotta piss, and then you go back to sleep, and then you're like right back in the dream, the same dream. And every time it got worse, man. Like, you know what I mean? Then my chick left me, and then you know what I mean. The next thing I was driving around with all my shit in an '85 blue Toyota truck. You know what I mean? Looking for work. It was just weird. So I knew that morning, man, that I was like, I just told my chick, I was like, I woke up and I'm like, I'm tattooing my leg today. I don't even come back and care, dude. I got a tattoo.
that's a pretty good idea. When this all happened, me and JoJo were at the shop, and we were like, we didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it was all so weird that we knew we didn't know when we were gonna be back. We didn't, they had they made it out like there was going to be fucking military around, and they were going.
I know that was weird.
We might not even be able to get to the shop, so we ended up going back a couple times in the first few days just to get just to get our shit,
Right.
So, each time we went back, I was like bringing more books home, and like, oh man, I don't want to be without this, and then later we ended up like papering up the windows because the only people roaming the streets anymore now are the homeless people,
and they're horrible on
just
Ventura.
Didn't want to give anybody any idea to get in there and try to fuck around or whatever.
Right.
I mean,
right.
It's locked up. It's locked up good. We're not worried about that. We got an alarm, but I just still didn't want to make it so anybody could even see what was going on in there. You know what I mean? Like anything inside.
Yeah.
So
it was funny because today I was
totally missing.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I really miss all the people I work with, and just I appreciate my how my life was before this. It's so much more now, now that I've been able to step back and think about everything and how great it's been for us, in that shop, and just the vibe, and all being together and having fun, and people in a great mood, and just the whole thing. And now that's been gone now for 6 weeks. So I think today was 6 weeks ago that I tattooed in there.
Yeah, man. I stepped out. About, oh God, it had to have been early May, I think it was, or early March. And when this whole thing started happening, I was like, oh wow, this is kind of weird. I don't know what's going on. So I think I'm gonna step out of this thing for a hot minute, man, because our biggest worry isn't our clients as a whole. It's the fact that because a lot of us work on bigger pieces, and we know these people, and they've been coming back, and we know their families, and some tattooed their kids and whatever. But it's the once in a great while people that you really don't know whether or not where they've been, what they're doing. The younger people, you know what I mean? It was just kind of freaking me out a bit, man, and as a 56-year-old slightly overweight smoker, you know what I mean? I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Well, yeah, the whole thing was really scary in the beginning, and it is still scary, but it seems like if you're healthy and you keep distance from people and you do the right precautions, then, there's really not too much to be afraid of.
Yeah.
It's a few extra steps. It sounds reasonable for now. I'm ready to do those steps to get back to,
right.
Some sense of going to my favorite restaurants. But, the last time me and my girlfriend went out for dinner, we went to this local Mexican place that we go to all the time, and it was super weird because, you know, the guy came wearing a mask, and then like the busboy's dropping off the chips, and he's got gloves on, and then they made sure that we were all not sitting near each other. It was just a really weird experience, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm not in any hurry to get to that.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
know.
I mean? Like, let's sit down and be waited on by somebody in a mask. I mean,
Yeah,
not gonna be
that's
for
kind
me.
of a bummer, man. That's really kind of a bummer. And I hope, man, fingers crossed, man, that we all gets back to somewhat normal, and that everybody can kind of just hug it out a little bit. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, man, that's one of the things, man, I miss just, you know what I mean, throwing up a hand at one of the boys, man, and giving them a quick hug and stuff like that, man. I miss the banter in the tattoo shop. I miss the tattoo shop, man. You know what I mean?
I know, it's great. It's crazy. It really is crazy. And in the beginning, I was pretty overwhelmed with what was going on, and we didn't really know, anything, and we were really afraid, and we were staying inside, and, I didn't really think about all that too much, but, definitely in the last, once we hit like a 1 month point, so, in the last few weeks, it's been kind of like, man, this is going to really affect and it is affecting my pace, for one, because I'm moving really, really slowly,
Right.
compared to normal. And, I would be more productive painting and engraving while full-time tattooing than I am now that I don't have the tattooing. And then I thought, in the beginning, okay, I'm going to do a lot of painting. I'm going to just be going nonstop. And it started off like that, and then it slowly.
Well, and let's just talk about that a little bit, okay? So, you know what I mean? I've been painting a lot, man, and you know what I mean. And I'm watching our friends like JoJo, you know what I mean, and all the cats. They're out there, man, and they're painting up a storm. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, staying at home, obviously. But the fact of the matter is that this has changed our life so much. What the heck is that? Dude, that's
my
fun.
shirt that says "Drop acid, not bombs."
That's a good one, man. That's a good one. But back to that, I've noticed myself that I've been getting a lot done, but I've also taken on way more than I could ever kind of get accomplished. So I'm kind of getting a little bit overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Because I've got 3 or 4 acrylic paintings going, man, and I got a couple watercolors, and then all of a sudden I decided I'm gonna try some sumi. You know what I mean? I got the brushes, and it's like, I had a buddy of mine come over and drop me off an airbrushing thing. He's like, "You should try this," and I was finally like, "Oh, dude, come on, man, please, dude, yeah."
Yeah.
Franco loves your beard, bro. What's up, Franco? How are you, brother?
It's really funny, dude. You know what? It's really distracting, all those little comments in the corner. Like, I want to wipe it away.
Yeah, dude. Are you on your phone right now?
I am on my phone. Should I be doing this on an iPad? Is that better? Or?
I don't know, man. If you put it on a table on an iPad, you could just set the something up there, man, so you couldn't see them. They do get a little bit distracting, but I do love the fact that people are just like interactive all the time. You know what I mean?
That is cool. When you did it with JoJo the other day, that was the first time I'd actually seen like a live video. I never paid attention to that. I know like the story thing for Instagram has been going on for a long time, but I never, dude, it's already enough for me. Like visually, I'm overloaded in 5 minutes, and now I've built my tolerance up so high with, seeing so much imagery, and it's a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot to carry around all day, and it's kind of a lot of noise for me.
Well, let's talk about that. Okay, so you've been tattooing what, 27 or 28 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been Okay, so me too. So we've been riding that same ballpark, and man, I couldn't wait when I was a kid, man, to get, you know what I mean, till like, the 27th or 28th of the month, man, when the tattoo magazines were coming out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh, dude, you know what I mean? Woo, I can't wait. And we're going and buying every one, man. And would just,
my God, dude.
You remember that?
And the first like international tattoo art, I remember reading, and I have a lot of those magazines still.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of Tattoo Life, Tattoo Energy, all those. Tons of international, but I remember like even before that was the first time I was exposed to the Lou family, and I think it was in the Outlaw Biker, and it's Philip and Satine on the cover. Oh. It's a famous cover.
Oh yeah.
Jonathan Shaw did the interview with Felix.
Right.
And I mean, dude, that shit was all life changing for me. You know?
Dude, oh, without a doubt.
I couldn't believe how cool the tattoos were and just the whole story.
Well, and that's what really fed us into that whole thing. Okay, so the thing about this is that now every single morning when I wake up, I have a brand new tattoo magazine to look through. You know what I mean? Like on Instagram,
that's true. I mean,
tattooing
has become so sophisticated. I mean, it's wild, dude. Just to see what's happening nowadays, my mind is constantly blown, and I mean, I still stick with I'm still trying to improve the designs that I know how to do, and it's a couple of handfuls of just like classic American and classic Japanese inspired stuff like dragons and fish and flowers, just all the timeless stuff that I always liked, and that's pretty much what I'm still focusing on, the same images, and I see people pushing the envelope like, fuck, dude, beyond belief, man. Really. It's incredible what people are doing out there.
Yeah, and
so that really is inspiring, and it definitely makes me want to like stay in the game as long as I can and keep pushing. Me and JoJo are constantly pushing each other to to get better, dude. We just want to get better, be better artists, and do better tattoos. There's been a huge difference now from 10 years ago for me with the people, and before I was doing lots and lots of big work. That's all I did really. I didn't even really mess around with too much small stuff. I would do it on somebody that I knew or whatever, but I was doing sleeves, line 15, 20 backs in a year, booked forever, just working like crazy. And it's transitioned a lot over, like, I think pretty much since the last recession in like 2008, that's when it started shifting. And then it's, now the kids don't want to come and get big dragons. I mean, they're doing it still, but it's just a lot less of them,
But let me ask you this.
Single point tattoos.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. Do you feel that the fact that the price of real estate in an apartment and insurance and all that stuff is kind of factoring in on that? Because like I see these guys that are tattooing out in the middle of nowhere, you know what I mean? And they're just crushing back pieces and crushing sleeves and crushing stuff because, that they're, these people's rent is, you know what I mean? Or home mortgage is $1,000 a month, and they're still they're making the same wage as we're making out here. You know what I mean?
I think that's part of it for sure. The cost of living here in Southern California is no joke. And, my clientele has always been between, let's say, mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
Up to like in the 40s, even like in the 50s, there's some late bloomers that, maybe got a divorce.
Right.
Didn't always wanted to have it, finally had the freedom to do what they wanted.
Right.
And could go and had a good job so they could get the fucking good shit,
right,
money, and boom, knock it out,
right.
But nowadays the younger generation doesn't seem to. I don't know if they're as interested in it or if they just want to have like tattoos, like a bunch of different tattoos all over. And I never really liked that look, that very American style or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I appreciate it now. I see some guys that do it like. They do it so good, and it actually does look really, really nice.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not what I want to do. I want to like fucking cover dudes.
Right.
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 But I find myself having less and less of them every year.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I definitely know
and
that.
that's, you know what, dude? I'm older now too. I'm 50. That's okay. Easy does it. You know, I'm not trying to prove myself or see how much work I can do anymore.
Right.
That's also why I feel like this, this break has been good. It might maybe help me rebalance a little bit, and maybe I'm going to work a little bit less and try to take a deep breath and enjoy some other things in life.
Well, that's one thing that it's really brought for me. It's really brought a bit of growth and just self awareness, man, of what it is I want, and we're always so hustling in this business, man, and it's always just this constant grind that we don't even sometimes have the time to breathe, and that's one of the things that I'm kind of, I mean, in a bad situation, I've been kind of stoked because, like, I got a chance to just relax a little bit today,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, wow, I'm let me just put it this way: I'm not used to relaxing, man. I'm up at 6:30, man, and usually fall down at 10. It's pretty much my whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. 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 I'm like at 8 in the morning to midnighter.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I would work generally from 12. I'd get to the shop 11. I'd be done. I might be done at 7. I might be done at 9. It's going to be somewhere in there, depending. 2 people a day.
Right.
Grinding,
Yeah.
and 6 days a week, a couple of weeks out of the month, and then 4 days, a couple of weeks out of the month. So
Yeah.
it's I don't know, man. I think that the break has been good for me in a lot of ways, and it's definitely helped me see things a little bit more clearly about what I want for the future and what I don't want. And what's a trip is just being out there on the roads. Dude, you could go anywhere. It's like
Oh yeah.
it's like 30, it's like 40 years ago
Yeah.
out there. It's amazing.
Yeah, my chick
It's
had a
really
doctor's
amazing.
appointment the other day, man, and we were like, she's like, oh, we better leave right now. And we got there and we were 20 minutes early because we were thinking, oh, traffic, you know what I mean, in LA, yada, yada, you know what I mean? And we were like, boom, there was nobody on the freeway. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, dude, how's it going to be when the traffic comes back? Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Got masks on in their cars, and everybody's afraid.
Well, one of the things that
I hope it's not like that.
Yeah. One of the things that I've been really tripping on is sitting outside at night and in the morning and how clear the air is. They say that the air hasn't been this clean in 22 years here in LA.
I believe that. I think that it's the same in China too. Didn't they have the same thing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So
are we living like Chinese people now? Is this how it is over there, where the government controls everyone?
Okay. We're driving down that road, Robert. We're driving down that road. Okay.
Now. Let's talk about tattoos.
Yeah. So, anyways, you said a little while ago about some of your favorite images, which are you're iconically known for your dragon back pieces, man. I mean, dude. So many of I remember seeing Opie's back for the first time right after you finished it, and I was just all like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I was just out of, but the koi fish, man, the flowers, man, the water, and dude, this filigree game that you've got going on right now is just out of control, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably most people know by now that I've been engraving for a few years now, a little over 2 years,
yeah,
like maybe 2.5 years now, and I've been flying all over the country, learning from the best guys. It costs a lot of money to get the tools, so it was a big investment,
right?
And I had to, you're not going to spend 10 grand on tools and then not learn how to use them,
right?
So,
right.
I don't know what my point was for that.
We were talking about the filigree. Yeah.
So, like all that scroll work, I've just been studying it. I've got all the books, like the gun engraving, all that shit. And I'm just going nonstop now between that and tattooing. And, now I'm back on the shoes after like not really doing that.
Yeah.
I've been doing like a couple pairs a year over, the last few years. But,
Right.
since, not tattooing, I put a bunch of shoes out there, and the next thing you know, I had like 10 orders. I'm about halfway through it, doing a bunch of knives, engraving a gun, got a lighter, got a bunch of shit to do. I'm just moving really, really slow.
Well, man, and that's okay, bro. You know what I mean?
You know what? It's never been okay for me. So that part is like, it's like a whole new thing. It's like it's like something I've never really experienced. I'm always just like going, and then I go, and then I come home, and then I go some more, and I'll go before I go, and you know what I mean. It's always been flat out, and then and now it's not, and it feels. I guess this is what retirement would feel like, except I don't have a pension. So
Yeah,
that part's kinda,
I know, man.
That's tricky.
Yeah, totally.
So,
have you taken the car out at all and went cruising at all or anything like that?
I did. I took all the cars out, like in the beginning. I went, we went putted around, but I haven't really, man.
Yeah.
No, not really. They're just sitting in the garage. It just doesn't really seem like the kind of time to be enjoying that, or like fucking showboating around town.
I was just gonna say that, bro. You're like, oh, look at it. Yeah, I'm just woo. Yeah, totally. I got it. I got you.
I mean, I don't know.
So anyways,
yeah, I'm just laying low, dude. Driving my Honda Pilot around.
Nice.
With a mask, and I have a hard time breathing with the mask. And I tried a few different things, but I feel like it's less healthy for me, honestly.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Well, if you're in your car, bro, you really don't need the mask, I don't think.
No, and I didn't wear the mask in the car.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear on that. I did not do the mask in the car.
In the drive-through, man. Yeah, I'll take a fucking
mask on until I was like 3 feet into the store.
Yeah, totally.
I mean? And then even in the beginning, I had like my nostrils showing.
Yeah, totally, dude.
So, I don't know. I'm really fast in the market, and grocery shopping has always been like something I like to do, and I like to take my time.
Right.
Sometimes, at least once a week, if I'm in the market, I want to
know,
go down the aisles, and it's pretty relaxing.
I know.
But nowadays, it's like it's a race, to see how fast we can get in and out of there.
Yeah.
We got those masks on, so.
Yeah, well, the craziest thing is like even when me and my chick go to the store, we'll take the list and we split it in half and we'll go on either side so we're smaller so we can just kind of get through quicker.
Do you go to that Ralph's at Coldwater?
Dude, I've been there a couple of times, but dude, like I was there the last time, and this little kid, man, this dude comes walking by me. He's on his phone. His mask is hanging from his ear. He's got a 12-pack of beer, and he's no gloves. And he walks by me, and I'm in the liquor aisle. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm in the liquor aisle, and I'm in the liquor aisle, and I look at this kid as he's walking by, and he's looking at me like, "What's wrong with you, man?" You know what I mean? And here I am wearing a black mask, black sunglasses, black lid. You know what I mean? Black shirt. You know what I mean? And I was like,
"Oh, you look like you're gonna rob the place."
Dude, that's one of the things that freaks me out when you look like I do. You know what I mean? You walk into a place, and they're like, "Oh, if I walked in like that, 5 months ago, they'd call the cops, without a doubt."
Yeah.
And now it's just the norm.
Yeah, and that's normal, dude. And I guess all the homeless people are living in the motels now or something. I heard that.
That's weird.
Does that count as politics? Or
no. That doesn't count as politics because
I'm not going to get into that either.
Because literally, man, being on Ventura Boulevard, we all talk about the homeless problem.
I think that you've got it a little bit worse down where you're at because you got that 7-Eleven there.
Oh my God.
We got a 7-Eleven too, but it's further down. But I mean,
that's where I buy my smokes. You're a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, they're around, dude.
Yeah.
Let's change the subject. Sorry, Diana. My sister just put no politics, Rob, on the spot. That's so fucking funny.
That is good.
Yeah, that's not. I don't think the homeless counts as politics.
No.
We were talking about the governor or some other shit or the mayor. That would be more political.
Yeah, totally.
So,
so we're not talking about any politics. So let's just steer away from that.
I don't want to take up
Yeah.
on things that are gonna, trigger people or annoy anybody or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't want to get any messages later, like private messages.
Check out. Jake.
Oh, look. Jake's like, fuck that. No, Jake, no, dude. We're not doing that shit.
We're not doing that shit, Jake. No. So, anyways, let's talk a little bit about.
Leads to another.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
damn, dude. That's pretty funny. What's up, Wayne boys? Hey, Joe.
What up,
Hey,
JoJo?
Paige, I see you over there.
Dude, that must be tough not getting to sit across from JoJo and just chop it up all day long, huh?
You know what, dude? I've never been happier not sitting across from him. Like, he has that back room to himself, and like it's just a way better balance, you know? It really is. So, I mean, we're close enough to each other that we can communicate, and we share a bathroom.
Yeah.
So, and he's got to go by me to do anything. So it's pretty good because there's a lot of back and forth depending on his mood or my mood.
Right.
Mostly his. I'm looking at my sister here goes, no, I'm just fucking around.
I know you are, bro.
I wanted to just do that for a minute because I thought it would be funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
I'm super missing Joe and Manny and Mike and Em and Karen and Natalia and Tan, all those dudes from my work, man. I wish I could have a party and like get Coronas for everybody and do like a taco truck in the back. I mean, that was kind of the joke in the beginning. Me and Manny said like, oh, when this is over, we're going to do like a Corona party, and have Coronas with limes and then, taco truck or something. And like have everybody come over and like no one wears masks and it's like the old days.
Yeah.
We're all shaking hands and fucking hugging each other.
Totally, bro.
You know what I mean?
Totally. By that time, man, Coronas will be $2.99 a 6-pack. You know what I mean?
Dude, totally. I saw that they, like a while back too, like in the beginning, that they stopped production or some weird shit. And I'm like, why? Are people not drinking that because of it or?
Yeah, one of my buddies just said, man, they stopped making it. They stopped producing it in Mexico.
That's fucking lame. But I think they got other brands that people are buying. So.
Yeah. It's fine. They probably own Tecate and Modelo for all I know. You know what I mean? But anyway, so let's get back into the tattoo thing. So now I know that we were talking about some of your iconic stuff. What is your literally your favorite thing to tattoo?
Probably like a snake and a skull with maybe some roses would be probably one of my all-time favorite go-tos.
Nice.
Snake's way easier than the dragon because there's no legs. The face is easier. It's more, you know what I mean? There's a lot less detail in the face.
Dude, I hate dragons because of their fucking legs. I hate dragons because of their legs. Yeah.
Snake and a skull. I do like dragons because I've always been challenging myself to like, learn how to do them more and more and like do them better and better and create a, somewhat of a style of doing them.
Right.
I've been just going.
Right. I get you.
Look at oh man.
What?
No, nothing. I just saw the funny comment and people are just, weird.
Of course they are, dude. Because they know how much we love to have fun when we're in the tattoo shop.
So yeah, I want to do like skulls and snakes and dragons and tattoos of phoenixes and eagles are pretty challenging for me, but I'm down. I'm gonna do a big eagle painting next, I think.
Nice.
I got like an idea with like a big like a heart with a peace sign with the eagle holding it.
Nice.
And maybe some roses, like a little bit more American style, but
very cool.
I mean, I don't know how American my style really looks.
You know what, man? Your stuff definitely has that Americana flavor to it, which is one of the reasons that I like it, and one of the reasons that like I've talking with some of my Japanese homies and stuff like that. They really like the way that Americans do Japanese.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked, like Ed Hardy's Japanese and like Scott Sylvia's Japanese.
Right.
Philip, of course, Mick from Zurich. Luke Atkinson, one of my all-time favorites,
Yeah.
a really good friend of mine. I've been talking to him like every couple weeks. We do like an hour FaceTime call, and
Nice.
I never really did the FaceTimes, and he was always like, "Dude, let's Skype," and I was never gonna do any Skyping, but I ended up doing the.
The puppy.
I ended up doing the.
Oh, look at that good boy.
What's up, cuters?
What up?
Just being the greatest dog that ever lived.
Of course he is. Oh, he's so
So
damn
anyway,
cute.
Chris Garber too. He's the greatest. He's my all-time favorite tattooer. Greatest American tattooer in my opinion.
I would probably have to say the exact same thing. I would say that overall, man, that guy is just, you know what I mean?
His style's the best. It's the best for tattoos. It's got all the right ingredients for me. That's what I inspire to be more, on his level.
Yeah, for sure.
He's the best.
For sure.
Rubendahl is also amazing, and let's not forget Johan from Sweden.
Oh, yeah.
He's like Rubendahl on fucking acid. You know what I mean?
But I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like Mick. Dude, nobody ever sees Mick's stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, he just did a sleeve on Christina Ramos that's like, it just goes to show that he's still got it, and it's as good as ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did like a dragon with like all background. It's fucking so good.
Oh my God. I didn't see that.
Paul Stotler has always been one of my favorites. I have 3 or 4 tattoos from Paul.
Nice.
I think he's in Japan, and I think he's stuck there or something like that. I talked to him a while. It's been a while, but I talked to him maybe like 3 weeks or a month ago, and he was like stuck in Japan.
Wow.
So
that would suck. I love Japan though.
I've never been to Japan.
What?
Nope, never been to Japan, dude. Only Europe. Into Medellin, Colombia.
I was for sure that you had been over to like Moon Eyes and stuff over there. No?
Nope, never did it. Never had the time to go, dude. I never really made it a priority. And then, I don't know, traveling these days for me is not these days, but, over the last few years, I do less and less traveling. So, it's been a few years since I did like the Paris show. I don't know. I'm just not really getting to Europe like I used to.
Right.
So it's every few years. I was there last year. I went and saw Luke. My girlfriend, she's from Stuttgart, so that works out pretty good.
Word.
Easy does it. I'm mostly sticking around here these days.
Well, I mean, a lot of it too, man, is that like, I was traveling so much for a few years there. Back and forth, across the country and to Japan a few times, man. And then I was, working at Slave to the Needle, and I was there like 15 days a month, man. And 2 years ago, you know what I mean? I was like full part-time, you know what I mean? There. So I would just fly up and stay with Aaron and Melissa and, man, just bang out tats so that other folks could take vacations and stuff. So it was really cool, but I've really slowed down on that stuff too, just because it just gets a little bit tiring.
I have this dream of having like a Sprinter van and being able to like take a month or 6 weeks and just travel across the country and stop at all the shops and, maybe sell some artwork and do some tattoos and do some sightseeing and really like take my time and do it right. And that's like, that's something I'm going to get to a little bit later on in life. Probably in the next 5 or 10 years, I'm going to do that. And,
my buddy Scott, he's all like, I can build it. Dude, my buddy Scott, just to let you know. So,
Scott from the dock?
Scott from the dock. That's one of my buddies. He's like, give him my number, Winn. He's like,
he's ready to build the thing. No,
dude, like literally. Let me just tell you, this guy just bought a bus and has turned it in. Now Scott, a lot of people won't know Scott, but Scott is an avid climber. He's done El Cap like, I don't know, 20 times. You know what I mean? He builds all that stuff. So he's constantly up in the mountains. So he built this ridiculous van. It's got everything you could want in it for just for climbing and for traveling. Full kitchen, full queen size bed, dude. Dude. It's ridiculous. If anybody could build it,
Sounds really good.
yeah, Scott could build it. I swear to God. I'm just saying, hands down.
Hell yeah. That's cool. Well, maybe one day, it's just like a pipe dream of mine for down the road.
Yeah,
not
totally,
like this year,
totally.
next year.
But let's say, hey, let's get into talking about back to in your engraving stuff. So you started that a couple of years ago, and man, I was really surprised that you said how much the equipment was. That's ridiculous.
I mean, you could probably get into it for a lot less, but if you want to have a fucking microscope and see what the fuck you're doing,
oh yeah,
you're gonna need one of those.
Right.
And I'm at a point in my life where if I'm gonna do something, I want to do it right.
Right.
And I learned on the really best, like the best tools. So I want to have the best, just because it seems like, I mean, it's just gonna make it that much easier and that much better. And I'd rather buy shit these days. I'd rather buy stuff once.
Right.
And buy something and then it's not as good as you wanted it to be, and then
exactly.
you gotta buy it again, and then you spend more money at the end of the day. So
because I remember when I got tattooed by JoJo, you had just done it. You were just doing a couple of the knives, and I was just like, oh, dude, and you're like, oh, dude, these suck, and I was like, oh, dude, if these things suck, dude, I don't even know. I was just like, oh, wait the fuck a minute, man, dude. You have always done shit right. And that was such a dope. I was just like, holy fuck, man, this thing is so fucking good. And I'm looking at it with my fucking magnifiers on, and I'm like, this shit is fucking perfect.
Yeah, dude, listen, I've always been my worst critic, and that's just like something I gotta work on at some point in my life. I'm always striving to be better, and I'm new into it, and then immediately I want to compare myself to guys that are, in it 20 years, and you know what I mean? So it pushes me to keep going forward and doing my best. And, I've been all over the country learning from different guys, and it's probably fast forwarded it for me. I mean, quite a bit.
I'm sure.
So that's a luxury I've afforded myself, because I just took it that serious, that I want to be able to make a living at it at some point. Like I want to be able to sit at home, kind of like I have been, and be able to make money and do what I want to do my art. And the metal's like pretty serious, but I mean, this isn't that serious compared to tattooing, in my opinion.
Right.
Like if you mess something up, you can put it in the drawer. I got a drawer full of stuff that sucks, but it's all about, as time goes on, I'll probably be doing more and more expensive things.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? That would be like a lot more pressure, but that's the thing too. Like the engraving guys compared to the tattoo guys, I'm like, well, dude, like I'm drawing stuff on people and then doing it like on a big scale.
Right.
So, I'm not really afraid to like draw a little something on a knife and go for it.
Well, that's also something, man, that probably comes into play in that whole thing is that, is layout, design work. We've, because of collectors having so many different tattoos in so many different areas, sometimes, man, you'll get a little, you'll get a spot, man, and it'll have a little extra that you could kind of pop into and, pull that area in, or, or whatever the case may be. But seeing what you have to work with instead of what little you have to work with is probably a big advantage for you.
It is. I feel like it is. I think a lot of the engravers have not really, they do a lot of like scroll work, and it's a lot of, a lot of lettering. Like that's all the classic shit. And,
right.
And, in the beginning, I felt like that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to I want to get respect off these guys to do, like, oh man, I want to learn how to be be able to do a Colt, single action army and make it look like it was done at the fucking in the 1800s.
Right.
And get the respect from those guys, and then them go like they didn't even know the tattoo dude did it.
Right.
But then as time has gone on, and I'm constantly drawing that scroll work and studying it and whatnot, and I want to more combine like the things that I know how to do. I'm more like combining now.
Right.
And that's, that's going to be more my niche when it comes to engraving and doing all that. So that makes it really easy for me to stand out from a lot of other people that are doing engraving because of my, because of my art background.
Because you're
the
the tattoo dude. You're the tattoo dude.
Yeah, exactly. So like I can mix the tattoos with the engraving, and I already have like an audience for that because I've been tattooing people from around here for over 25 years.
Right.
So there's always going to be, and that was kind of my idea about it too in the beginning. Like, okay, as I get older, the clients, the young people are the ones getting a lot of big tattoos. So for the most part, that's like something that you're doing between 18 and 35.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now, as I've gotten older, so like when I was 35, I was tattooing a lot of people that were in their earlier 20s. I was in the middle age. It was like the sweet spot because you weren't too old to be like dadding guys or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not like, oh, this dude's my dad's age. Fuck, I don't want to deal with my dad's fucking buddy. So, you were like more like an uncle, but then you were old enough that you were like a veteran and you knew what you were doing enough that an older dude was like seeking you out, going like, okay, dude, you know what the fuck you're doing, and you get respect. So I want to have you do it because, we're more like, a 40-year-old guy is not going to probably be going to like a dude in his early 20s as much as he would be going to a guy in his mid-30s. You know what I mean? So like, it's just those timelines.
Yeah, and with that being said, man, the guys and I knew this firsthand because I've had a couple of clients over the last year who have searched me out and they were like, oh, like I've really searched out to find guys that did a traditional apprenticeship, that were old school enough because I don't, you know what I mean? I don't have anything that I relate with this kid, you know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
Also,
no, exactly, dude. So that was my whole thing with the engraving too. Is like, okay, well, as I get older, like probably less and less now that I'm older, less and less younger people, unless it's like boys who I tattooed his mom.
Right.
So now we have the second wave, and those kids, they knew what the fuck was up because their parents have been wearing our fucking tats, their whole lives.
Right.
And they're like, I want to get that shit too, and they're into that, and that part's really cool. JoJo has a lot of that too, even more than me. But
right.
We both have it. Like, we're now onto the second generation. Dude, he's even doing like third generation.
That's where I'm at. I'm in. I'm in a couple of third generations, man. It's crazy. It
is crazy. So my whole thought behind all that was like, engraving would be a really good thing to get into for when I want to retire or when I want to slow down from tattooing, which I'm guessing is going to be around 60. Maybe a little bit before that, but I'm just saying that, I want to have an option for earning a living, and I want to be really good at something that the whole fucking world doesn't know how to do.
Right.
Because you only have you might have 50 or 100 master engravers in the country.
Right.
And, you got 10,000 registered tattooers in LA, and the level of tattooing now, is so fucking
out of
high,
control.
and it's so good that, dude, my mind's blown every day when I turn on my phone, I look at Instagram, I'm like, God damn it, who's this guy?
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that, like, time is going on, and I'm getting older, and I would love to see myself in a position of, like, engraving really high-end guns and getting paid really handsomely for it.
Right.
Being on my schedule and just having that option,
Well, man, if you put it out there, bro, man, it's liable to come back at you, bro. So just keep that positive attitude and keep that hard work, man. That's all it really is, man. And that's one of the things that I think that the reason guys like you and JoJo and myself and dude, just all of our friends really have gotten to where we're at in tattooing and been able to make a living. My dad told me the first time, he's like, oh, how are you going to make a living tattooing?
you're all being a fucking pirate. How do you think?
Yeah, dude, totally, bro, totally, man.
Being a fucking top pirate, getting fucking cash.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna get that cash. I'm gonna run back.
Stuff.
I'm gonna run right past the bank, man. I'm not even stopping.
Fucking cool cars and shit.
Yeah, cool cars, fast chicks. Yeah, totally, bro, totally.
Living the dream, dude. You know, tattooing has been pretty magical for me.
You know, that's a great thing too, is to be able to grow up and grow up in the industry while, you know what I mean, we were able to, you know what I mean, is really, and it's fucking lost now. You know what I mean? It's the conventions aren't the same. You know what I mean?
Hey, dude, nothing's the same anymore.
I know
You know what? You got to just go to those places where it is the same, and you know, like our tattoo shop is one of those places.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna bring it with us. We're gonna just take everything from that, you know, we've built up throughout all the time and bring it with us to work every day.
You know, and somebody asked me about this, man, the other day, about why I was really doing this thing, man, and it's like, really, man, I just want to let these kids know, man, you know what I mean, what we went through, what we're doing, why, you know what I mean?
Listen, bro, I hate to let you down, but you probably don't have any kids listening to this shit. It's probably like all people our age. That's what I would say.
But probably. There's one. Tanner.
Okay,
Tanner.
Boomer. Okay, boomer.
Yeah, like Tanner just get through out of heart, man. You know what I mean? Tanner's such a dude. Like Tanner is one of the guys that I really love because, like, literally, he's I don't know, how old are you, Tanner? Anyways, dude, this. Yeah, you know Tanner?
No, I don't, but I know Jared. What's up, Jared? Mike Godfrey. Hey, dude. Hey, there's Nina.
Yeah, totally.
Hey,
but
from Jersey. What's up?
What's up? But anyways, like Tanner is, dude, he's 37, right? But he has got he's got the old school mentality, straight up hard work pays, and I love that about him.
Right, that's my boy Winn Boyce too, dude. He's a 21. Full sleeves, chest panels, let me do whatever the fuck I want. You know, some of my best tattoos from over the past few years for sure.
Nice.
You know?
Nice.
So, what's up with Jake? He's only 27.
Jake's 27 and just, older. Dude, and just.
He seems older.
You know what? It's just because he's wise beyond his years.
Dude, he reminds me of Don Draper a little bit from like Mad Men.
He is.
Jake has always reminded me of that.
He's got that look. He's got that look.
He does, man. He's cool as they come. That's for sure.
Dude, yeah, dude. He's got style for miles.
He does have style for miles. And you know what? He did. I asked him about doing. We're both Bob Dylan fans, and I asked him about doing a Bob Dylan painting for me, and he did it immediately. Like, I don't even know if I asked him to do it. He just did it, and it's so freaking cool. And he still has it, and the reason he still has it is because I'm scared to go downtown. Pretty much.
They tell me that I look like Wesley Snipes.
Oh, God.
Dude, give me a break, Jake.
He knows that. I think his hair grows out of his head that black, too.
Dude, it's crazy.
Like Christopher Reeve from Superman.
Yeah, he's got that full wave that kind of goes on in the front that's just perfect. Yeah.
No, he's too cool, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's too cool.
And his paintings are ridiculous.
What else?
What else? What?
What else are we talking about?
Let's talk a little bit about what we were talking about. We talked a little bit earlier about machines and stuff like that. And what are you in, man? What are you on right now? You want to talk about it?
I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it for sure. You know, Franco sent me that Bishop wand.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, man. I used it for 2 or 3 weeks, and it was a complete game changer for me. I have always been an advocate, coil user. Dan Dringenberg is one of my oldest friends. I have always used his machines. I've had a handful of. Franco has always sent me like whatever Bishop that he made. He would send it to me, and I would use it. And I used it some, mostly for shading. I've never found a rotary that I could line with and shade with until this wand. and dude, it was just amazing the way it felt in my hand. The it just works so clean. I know you guys are all going to think he's like giving me money or something to say that, but it's totally not true.
No.
I loaned it to JoJo, and he got one right away. Another guy, Ross, that works with us, I loaned it to him, and he got one right away. It's just the setup is very. It's not something I thought I would ever really use, but dude, it just worked so good, and it was so consistent, and I don't know what else to say about it, man, but I can't wait to get in there and try it some more.
Yeah, dude. Dude, you've sold me on it, and I've been using Bishop stuff for a long time. You know what I mean? And I've even passed it on. I passed one of my machines to Hori Shige when he was over here, man, just to get him on the rotary game, and he was into it. You know what I mean? Right off the bat, and actually, you know what I mean? Used it so much, man. I think he burned out the motor, man, and sent it back. And then I sent it right over to Franco. And Franco's just all like, boom, 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 boom. Here you go, dude. You know what I mean?
I've dabbled in them for years. I've had them on and off, but it's never been something that was like a go-to for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just, dude, that machine just works so fucking good. It was like, I love I love how clean it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any rubber bands. That whole cartridge thing was new for me. I had never used the cartridge before that.
Right.
I had always, if I used a rotary, I had like a disposable, set up the same with the rubber bands and
gotcha.
tube and all that. But, dude, I'm a huge fan of that machine. And me and Joe were in Philly for a convention in January, and we were surrounded by guys using them. And it was so effortless. And dude, everybody was just doing the work was so clean, and I'm like, fuck, man, am I missing the boat here? Am I missing something? So I asked Franco, he sent me one, and dude, it's something else, man. I think I'm gonna be a better tattooer for it, honestly.
Cool, man. So, I can't wait to try one, man. You sold me on him, and I've been using the FK Aaron Zion for a while, and also Aaron Bell got me onto the brush, man, from Swash, and I love both those machines. I still like to outline all my big traditional and stuff with coils, but with my Swash I can outline with a 14 round. It's not even a big deal. So, but
are you outlining with a 14 round though? I mean, really?
Well, 14 rounds aren't what 14 rounds used to be.
I don't want to interrupt you. Are you just saying that to sound cool, or are you really using a 14 liner? Because I don't fuck with that at all.
Yeah, dude, I actually outlined a piece not long ago, a really big traditional piece with a 14 round shader.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, just
with the swash
with the swash drive, man. And it was as a matter of fact, it was a big koi fish right down the middle of this guy's back, and I did the whole koi fish in outlined it, and I mean it was this fucking big, man, with water and everything. Hour and 25 minutes, something like that. Yeah.
Oh damn, dude! So you were in a big hurry when you did it too. Huh?
Oh yeah, dude. Well, he doesn't. He's a talker. He doesn't like to sit well. You know what I mean? He's always like jumping up and shit like that, man. I was like, come on, let's get this. Come on. But yeah, man, and it came and it held really well, and I was I was stoked with how it came out, man, for sure.
That's cool.
But hey, man, they're gonna kick us here in a minute. Do you want to come back and talk for a few more minutes, or do you want to wrap it up?
Who's gonna kick us?
Well, basically, they'll kick us at an hour.
Oh, we only have an hour?
Yeah, we only have an hour. So let's just jump off and let's just jump right back on, because there's still plenty of people that want to, you know what I mean? We got about a minute. So let's jump off. We'll jump on right back on. We'll be right back, everybody. Be right back with Robert Atkinson. Okay, man.
Right.
Nice. See ya.
Bye.
Hey, we're back, man. And just waiting for Robert to get back and everybody. Sorry that they only give us an hour, man. You usually, I like to keep that stuff at about an hour or whatever, man, which is cool. But welcome. And what's up, Cruz? What's up, Booch? And so, anyways, Tiger Rob, bro. Family right there. Shannon, what's up? Oh, and Mike Godfrey. By the way, everybody, man, Mike Godfrey, if you want to go check him out, he will be my guest on Monday night. So we're gonna chat it up a bit, man. And here comes Robert. Boom. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. So yeah, man, huh?
I can't believe that was an hour already.
I know, dude. See, I told you, man, it's just so much fun and it just goes by so fast.
What, they only let you do an hour at a time or what?
Yeah, that's it, man. And I can almost get through a whole White Claw.
Wait, you can what?
Can almost get through a whole White Claw.
What is that? Is that alcoholic?
Yeah, dude, it's a 5% with 100 calories, bro.
Oh, are you counting calories?
Dude, I've been doing this 16-hour fast. And
how's that? So you're only eating like during a certain time period?
Yeah, I basically eat 3 hours, man. I eat at noon, 3, 6, a little snack at night, and then Godfrey's all White Claw, bro. You know what I mean?
White Claw.
Yeah, totally. Dude, they're actually really good, and I usually end up putting a shot of vodka in it, and I don't even drink that much, bro. You know what I mean? It's just I love seltzer water, and it's just
that a white girl drink.
It's
I think Tiger Rob just said white girl wasted.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, what's up, Don Lang?
Rob would know. Rob would know. But anyways, yeah, man, I'm really, really anxious to try out one of those ones. As a matter of fact, I just talked with Franco for a hot minute today. He's going to be on probably in the next week or so. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's cool.
Yeah, totally, man. So, and I love how innovative and how much he loves tattooing. You know what I mean? He just loves tattooing.
Dude, he's an ambassador for tattooing for sure. He's doing everything he can to, improve it and move it forward. And I support that. I want to move forward too with it, and I want to do everything I can to be better at tattooing. And
me too.
To do that, I feel like I'm going to need to have as open mind as possible. For all the tools out there. I have an iPad. I do use Procreate a little bit, not near as much. I would like to be way better at it, but for some reason I have like a weird resistance towards it.
Well, I got into
going to paper, and
yeah.
I don't know, dude. I use it like to do a back piece. I'll use it because you can kind of bend it a little bit, like bend the design to
right.
fit somebody's body, and I mean that's pretty
right.
Second to none.
Yeah, like I like to do all my sketches. Like I've Like I've been sketching out on paper, man. You know what I mean? The last,
yeah.
And one of the things that I love about it versus the iPad is that with the iPad, dude, you don't have anything tangible. You know what I mean? You don't have that tangible piece of paper in your fucking hand. You don't have that tangible CD. You don't have that tangible record. You know what I mean? And dude, it's all fucking digital, man. If fucking we had no electricity, dude, we would lose half the tattooers in the fucking world because they've never drawn with a pencil and paper.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just from a different place with that, and my buddy Dan Senna showed up with the iPad Pro, and he was showing me all the stuff, and I was fucking blown away. And I went the next day and I bought it, and then he, walked me through it a little bit. And then Manny from the shop, and then JoJo got really good at it really fast. He just like dove in, and then I kind of, I dabbled, and then I would, want to use it, and I don't know, dude. I'd rather just barely sketch something out on a piece of paper and see what I can make of it, and. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I make it happen, and sometimes
Well, one of the things that I really love it for is I love it for the small stuff with the walk-ins and stuff or whatever. That's all. That makes shit go by if that's what you're doing. But I'll take like these drawings that I did, and I'll take pictures of them, and then I'll do a line drawing in Procreate, man, and then I'll print it out, and it's fucking perfect.
Yeah, no, it is, dude. And like all the guys at the shop, like, dude, and that's another thing with the walk-ins nowadays. With people are a lot more bold than they used to be.
Oh yeah.
Like people don't behave. They don't have like the same ethics that a lot of us do, and having to navigate your way through like people pleasing and making sure all the fucking four friends like the design also, and that.
Wow,
That
that's
whole
that.
all
Yeah.
that stuff's way more challenging than any of the little tattoos that you're gonna have to do.
Right.
But the guys at the shop, they use it, and it, dude, it saves a lot of fucking time because, like, oh, you want to get the writing here, we'll put it into font, and you can see. Here's my 5 favorites. Why don't you pick one of these?
Right.
And it's they've really mastered navigating how to get the job done, and because it is a fucking job.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
What I mean? And that is going to be one of the very positive things about this is, I mean, I'm not going to enjoy the beginning with the mask and like the door locked and like, okay, one at a person at a time. And
yeah, totally.
we're all following the government rules and, regulations and whatnot. But I am going to like that people aren't going to be allowed or give us any bullshit for the fact that they can't bring their 4 fucking friends.
Right.
Well,
man,
I always thought it was funny, dude. Like, M will set up the chairs for the friends.
Oh.
And from where I'm sitting, a lot of times, it'll look like 2 people in the front seat and then another person in the back seat, almost. Like,
right.
She'll set it up like a car. It's pretty fucking funny.
That is funny. That is funny.
That part will be one of the pluses.
Yeah, I get it.
Back, that there's going to be a lot less people in the shop because, a lot of times, especially if there's 4 or 5 of us there, I mean, we have a really big shop, but if you got 4 or 5 people and then you're tattooing 4 or 5 people, now we got 10 people, and then how about, there's probably, I'm guessing, there's another fucking 5 people in there that aren't getting tattooed. They're
right.
just like filling up their fucking water bottles and like pissing all over the toilet seat and
right.
Making videos without your fucking permission and
right.
all that stuff.
Yeah, dude, and you know what, man, and I also feel like tattooing really isn't a spectator sport. You know what I mean? So, and there one of the things that really
Did you say it is?
it's not a spectator. It's not a spectator sport. Yeah, it's not.
I mean, it is and it isn't. People, I used to be more annoyed with it, and then I tried to kind of change the way I'm thinking about it, and like, okay, well, you know what? All these people that are coming in, they're also having an experience in here, and, we want to, these are all like, they're all people that will highly, likely come back if they were going to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
If we're cool.
There is that side of it.
They're going to come back, or they're going to go tell all their friends. So now instead of having one person that's there, that's having hopefully a good experience or whatever, getting their dream tat, whatever.
Right.
Then you got 3 people there, and now those people are going to go, hell yeah, we went with so and so because we had nothing else to do all fucking day.
Right.
And those guys were really cool over there, especially the bossy owner in the back room. I mean, he's real cool. I'm just kidding, Joe. Just kidding.
We love you, Joe, for sure. But yeah, and you know what? It's going to be a lot different, man. And we really, and I know that it's going to be a huge curve for everybody. You know what I mean? And instead of doing like walk-ins, it's going to have to definitely be call-ins, and dude, there's just a lot of changes that are going to happen, and I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. You know what I mean? I kind of am, because
I mean, yeah, dude, it sounds, you know what? Any direction out of this is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Anything from here is going to be forward march, let's do this.
Yeah, totally.
Let's start to get back to it.
And so, I know everybody's just chomping at the bit to get back to work, man. And And I know you are. I talk to Joe almost every other day, man. We've been talking a lot lately and what have you, and we all feel the same way. You know what I mean about getting back to work.
When you talk to JoJo, do you guys do like a FaceTime thing like we did, or do you just do like a speaker thing, or is the phone up to your ear?
Dude,
I mean, how do
we've.
you guys do that?
And Joe might collaborate with this whole thing. I think we've done it all different ways. I think we've.
Okay.
I think we've. You know what I mean. We've done some FaceTimes. We've done some. And I love FaceTime. Because
it wasn't my thing, dude. But now I've been doing it.
Joe, don't worry about it.
I mean, dude, like this is how we're socializing. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, totally, man. And that's one of the things is, man, I miss my homies. I miss rolling by the Tat Shack and just saying, "What up?" You know what I mean? I miss that stuff. And just seeing my friends, or even like running into a motherfucker at Ralph's, you know what I mean? Like whatever.
Yeah.
This shit has just, it's kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I get it, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get into the politics at all about people drinking the Kool-Aid and all this other stuff. But at the same time, man, it's like we are one of the safest industries. And you and I both know we've tattooed. Yeah.
Hey, when this is over, we're going to let people drink while we tattoo them. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. White Claws.
I'm kidding.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, totally. No. I'm going to be the only one drinking. Dude, God, and yes, Nick's Brian, I do miss my fucking barber. Jesus Christ, dude, why do you think I'm wearing a beanie? It's fucking 80. You know what I mean?
I know. And then you got the headphones on over it. It looks cool, dude. It's, kind of like a Beastie Boy thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna wear like a cowboy hat and shit, but I knew that I would get fucked with extra. And I just wanted to skip it today.
Why would you want to fucking skip that shit? You love to get fucked with, and you love to fuck with people, bro.
I was just gonna skip it, dude. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, I don't know. It's not really a cowboy day. I got shorts on.
Dude, that's the best, is when you have shorts on and a cowboy hat and flip flops.
Yeah, no, I'm not wearing flip flops, but I got my shorts on because it was hot, and
Did you get in the pool today?
I didn't do the pool today.
No.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
We got to heat it up here, so it's too cold otherwise. And then when you heat it, I think it costs about $100 to heat it up, and it lasts about 3 or 4 days. So today it was like a little cold, and I'm like,
I'll tell you what, man, the hot ticket on the pool thing, man, is that if you heat it a little bit at a time for like, you know what I mean? Just at the top, the hottest part of the day, heat it for like 2 hours, shut it off. And then the next day, heat it for 2 hours, shut it off. Do that for 2 or 3 days. My pool's 80.
Oh, damn. I'm coming over.
Dude, I told you, just come by, man, dude. Man, I got lounge chairs and I got White Claws, bro. Fucking, we can white bitch it up.
I think that's what's going to start happening, is people are going to just start hanging out again. I mean, none of my friends are sick, and I'm not sick. And I was sick in January. I think I had that shit in January.
Yeah, I thought I had it when my dad died, dude. When I was in the fucking goddamn, in the hospital, man. I came out of when my dad went in the hospital right before he passed away. Dude, I was there like every other day seeing him,
Did your dad just die?
Yeah. About
dude, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Oh, it's okay, bro. It's okay, man. You know what I mean? He lived a good life. He was an honorable man, and
how old was he?
He was 87.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was pretty up there then.
Yeah, totally, man. And dude, you know what I mean? Like he didn't ride it hard and put it away wet. So you know what I mean? He was, dude.
Hey, dude.
He's in a good spot, man. He's in a good spot, and I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? Just resting now, because he went through some shit. You know what I mean? So, but thank you, bro. I appreciate that. But I got sick in the fucking hospital. Going to the hospital, man. I had a cough for 3 weeks. It went away, and then it came right back again. You know what I mean? It was just weird.
Yeah, I think we had it around here too.
Thanks,
My
Shannon.
son had it, and he had a fever for 3 days, and then finally it was better. But then we had like this dry cough for a month, and then I got it, and the girl got it, and I want to do that test we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Aaron was saying the antibody test, because I feel like if we can do that, then we can. I guess that proves that we're
cool.
That we're cool. Yeah, that would be good.
I'm going to try to find out that information. I made a couple of phone calls today trying to search that stuff out. I wasted about 2 hours trying to do that, and nobody will call me back, so I don't know what the deal is. But anyways, we'll find out.
It's probably a little early in the game to get that information anyway. I would say, you know, maybe in another month that's going to be a little more available. And I'm betting, I want to be wrong, but if they're saying that we're like the third, like tattooing is the third stage or phase or whatever to open, then I will not be surprised at all. And they probably wait till about the 3rd, 4th of May to tell us that that it's going to be June 1st.
Well, I think they did that today, didn't they?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm not even looking anymore.
Oh, bro, yeah, dude. We got we are now stage 3, and they're in.
I knew that.
Yeah, stage. Stage 2 is coming in a couple of weeks, they say, and then you know what I mean. I'm thinking, honest to God, man, I'm really thinking that phase 3 should be anywhere between June 1st and June 15th, man.
June 1st and June 15th sounds pretty, pretty realistic.
Yeah,
for the way that it's going.
Yeah.
And I guess we have to just hope that these other states that are opening up are not going to have, like a backlash of ill people.
Yeah.
I mean, people just need to practice social distancing, and it's fine. Me and Joe were talking for like an hour this morning in a FaceTime, and we were talking about how it is now and how I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Oh, you and Joe were talking about this whole thing this morning. Doing FaceTime. We were talking about the phase 3 shit and opening back up.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was.
Whatever, dude. It's all good, man.
So much information is coming through the airwaves every day, and I feel like it's not really helping creativity or any of that, because now I'm constantly thinking and wondering about everything going on and what it all means to us, and the phase 3 thing just doesn't. Oh, I know what I was going to say now. We were talking about how a guy that works at 7-Eleven or at the supermarket, I mean, that seems like the market has always been like kind of the scariest place. Like, that's where you got to go there, but you don't really want to go, because that, seems like the one place you would get sick, because that's where most of the people are going.
Yeah, totally.
A guy at that works in the supermarket seems like he would have a much more dangerous job than, say, someone like me or you, especially like going in and dealing with one person a day that hasn't been sick. And if I'm not sick and you're not sick, I mean,
yeah,
I don't know how afraid you want to be. I mean, I don't really want to be afraid of anything.
Yeah,
I'm not going to live my life like that.
Yeah, no. And that's one of the things. That's one of the things where I think that we're all on the same page at this point right now, is the fact that we just need to get back to work, move on. You know what I mean? My boy Jeremy Corns just said, man, he goes, let's let phase 2 find out what's going on. You know what I mean? And then we'll get back into it. But which I kind of agree with, man. And I think like phase 2 is like what, restaurants and bowling, like places to go bowling and like amusement parks, and dude, and how fucking stupid is that, dude? I don't even know, dude.
it doesn't make it doesn't make any sense, dude. A lot of this doesn't make sense.
Well, we talked about that this morning a
Talk
little
about
bit.
something else though, because I'm gonna just get
Yeah,
in there
totally,
now.
totally.
Especially
Anyways,
with this
you know what?
second-
Cool, man.
especially
Let's.
on the part two.
Yeah, totally.
Part two.
You know what, man? And let's just kind of wrap it and just figure out, you know what I mean, where we're gonna go from here. I'd love to do this again with you, man. You know what I mean, for sure.
Yeah, anytime, Chris. You just let me know, dude. I got all the time in the world. I always have an hour for you.
Thank you, bro, man. You're
I'm happy to do it, man.
You're the best, bro. And thank you so much for being on, and I appreciate it. And thanks for all of our viewers.
Hey, well, what's up? Jeff Park is over there. What's up, Jeff? We're getting out of here now, dude. So, send me a message,
dude. And I guess that Jen such and such is looking for a husband. Did you see that shit?
I didn't. I'm not seeing it all.
Dude, it's so funny, bro. I can't even believe that shit, man.
Do you want to see that dragon painting?
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, look at that thing, bro. Oh, you know what, man? Fuck that, dude. I wanted you to show us some of your engravings too.
That shit's top secret, dude. I can't do that. I'll try. You know what? The thing with the engraving is it's really hard to
get the depth of the phone.
If I can catch it in the right light.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I don't know how well you can see it, dude. It's
totally.
I've just been working on this fucking thing for like 40 hours.
Oh yeah, it's just 40 hours, right?
Maybe more like 50. But you can't really see it, dude.
Yeah.
Here's a little gun I did.
Nice.
You can't really. I can't get the light.
Yeah,
right.
You can't get the light right. These stupid phones. It
needs to be like in the shade of the daylight.
Right.
To see it right.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just hard.
Well, keep it up. Keep up fucking crushing that stuff, man. We always love to see it.
You see Ackerman's over there fucking talking shit.
Dude, dude.
Not cool.
Dude, he loves you.
In his garage all by himself, just fucking chomping at the bits to give me a hard time or get a free lunch off me or something.
Dude, he just fucking misses you, bro.
I know. Well, I'm gonna probably see him here in the next week or two.
Cool.
From a distance.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Perfect. Well, dude, I look forward to seeing you soon, man. We'll talk soon, man. Thank you so much for everybody who watched. Thank you to everybody who commented. And Robert, thanks so much. I love you, man. I'll talk to you real soon. All right, man?
You too, bro. You guys all stay safe out there.
Yeah, please.
Practice social distancing and do the right thing and listen to your governor.
And we'll see you in the funnies, right?
That's it, man. I'll talk to you later.
Peace and love, dude. See you later.
Bye, bro.
Later,
Bye.
bro. Peace.